Ok, vous avez cliqué sur une vidéo qui parle des réfugiés ukrainiens. Mais nous, on n'est pas fan de tout ce qui est sensationnel et misérabiliste. Donc on met tout ça de côté.
Difficile à obtenir, il y a le chaos, mais il y a aussi beaucoup de gens qui sont là.
Et aujourd'hui, on va s'intéresser aux personnes concernées. Comment ça se passe vraiment pour les réfugiés ukrainiens en France? Je suis Jeannette et bienvenue sur Komune. Petit disclaimer avant de commencer, on soutient un accueil digne et inconditionnel de toutes les personnes exilées. Si vous voulez entendre d'autres voix, n'hésitez pas à aller voir les autres vidéos de Komune. Elle, c'est Oksana. Elle vient de la ville de Sloviansk, dans l'est de l'Ukraine, et on s'est donné rendez-vous à Meudon, sa nouvelle ville. Elle a fondé une asso en France, et c'est comme ça qu'on s'est rencontrés. C'est une asso qui fait du coaching émotionnel et psychologique pour les femmes réfugiées ukrainiennes. C'est un projet qui demande beaucoup de courage, et je voulais savoir d'où elle venait cette force. Et pour ça, il fallait que j'en sache un peu plus sur son histoire. Son histoire, elle a commencé à la fin des années 70 en Russie. Comme on ne pouvait pas donner rendez-vous en Russie, et on s'est retrouvés là où tout a commencé pour elle en France, à la station RER de Meudon.
I was born in Russia, in a very little village, far from Ukraine. And my mother divorced with my father when I was 1 year old, and we had to move to Ukraine, to my grandparents. In our passport, we don't write that you're Ukrainian or Russian, because Ukraine was a part of USSR. And that's why it doesn't matter. But now it is matter. When I was at school, it was reconstruction, stroika, yes. And I was from my childhood very active. Now I wanted to know more about politics, about everything. When I was 17 years old, I decided to enter the university, and I had a wish to leave my house, to be independent, to live separate from my mother, my grandparents. I wanted to live alone. I was an excellent student, and one of the plant gave me grant for studying. It was a big amount of money, and I went to Sloviansk, Donetsk region. It was far from.
Okay.
It was far from.
How much
Kherson.
kilometers?
I don't remember how much kilometers, but it took me 28 hours by train.
No.
Yes,
wow.
absolutely. And I was happy to live so far. We didn't have a lot of money because I had only my mother, and I rent a flat with 4 roommates.
Okay.
It was horrible, horrible, because it was very, very narrow room, and we didn't have any place, private space. It was horrible. But thanks God, I met my future husband, and he invited me to come to his place.
Okay.
Yes.
When you were like 8.
Après son mariage, Oksana est devenue prof d'anglais et ensuite elle a réalisé un de ses plus grands rêves, fonder sa propre école d'anglais. Alors on a quitté la gare de Meudon, direction sa nouvelle maison, pour qu'elle m'en dise un petit peu plus.
I have only one child. It's enough for me. One daughter. She's 16. You know, she's teenager.
You're a happy mother?
Yes, I'm the happiest mother ever.
And which kind of activities you had, like after work?
I was one of the organization we had a co-working with 4 women and create our very nice club of successful ladies in Sloviansk, and we help sick children.
La vie d'Oksana en Ukraine avait l'air bien remplie et joyeuse. Mais malheureusement, l'année dernière, son quotidien en Ukraine a été bouleversé. Sa ville, Sloviansk, est située dans la province du Donetsk, qui est située dans la région du Donbass. Ces images, j'ai dû les demander à Oksana, parce que sur internet maintenant on trouve que des photos de sa ville complètement détruite par les bombardements russes. Oksana a connu la guerre pour la première fois en 2014, c'était la guerre du Donbass. Dans sa région, une partie de la population est séparatiste pro-russe et réclame l'indépendance de leur territoire. Et en 2014, ils en prennent le contrôle et proclament 2 républiques autonomes. Au début de la guerre du Donbass, la ville d'Oksana était la cible de nombreuses attaques et a été assiégée. Ça, Oksana s'en rappelle bien.
But you know that the war started not now, but in 2014, and first time in 2014 we had to move from our house to not too far as today. We went to Kiev in a camp. It was a Christian camp, and I was a translator there with my daughter. And, it was very stressful for me. But thanks God, we came back in 2 months. And from the time, I understand that I changed, and I decided to help another women in grey zone. It was my beginning to be like a volunteer and to work with emotional sphere with women, and I like it very much.
La ville de Sloviansk a finalement été reprise par l'armée ukrainienne, mais elle se situe à quelques kilomètres seulement de la Grey Zone, la zone sous contrôle des séparatistes pro-russes. Et en 2022, 8 ans plus tard, la Russie envahit l'Ukraine et le quotidien d'Oksana est de nouveau bouleversé.
We didn't even believe that it could be again, and I didn't want to move at all. I didn't want to move from my house, leave my husband, and leave my dog, a parrot and a cat. I had a very big cat.
Okay.
A dog is like a daughter for us.
Un mois après le début des combats, la Russie a renforcé ses troupes à l'est du pays et la ville de Sloviansk a de nouveau été bombardée.
I didn't want to go, but my husband, he was a very good coach. He knew that it is not possible to make me to do something if I don't want. But he could ask very right questions. He asked me, he told me, you have to go. I say, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave my country. I want to be here. I want to help other people. And he told me, what do you need to go? What do you want? What has to happen that you have to go? I told, maybe some guy or girl had to write me a letter with even only me and say, Madam Pogorelova, we invite you to live, maybe in Paris, I told, maybe in Paris. And I continue, maybe they had to advise me housing, food and job. He said, okay. And next morning he told me, open your email. I said, don't understand. And I open email and I see a list. And there was Madame Pogorelova Oksana, we invite you to live in Paris. We will support you with housing and for housing, food and job. See, wow. And I closed it because I couldn't even believe that it happened. My husband asked, do you have a list? And I couldn't even understand how could he knew about this. Mm-hmm. And when I read again, I understand that I was in a list of one international organization, HERA grant from London, because I took part in contest and took a grant for my school.
Cette organisation a mis en contact Oksana avec la famille de Rutan et Laura qui voulaient accueillir une personne ukrainienne dans leur maison. Oksana et sa collègue ont donc quitté leur ville pour rejoindre Paris.
We came here, it took us more than 10 days. It was horrible traveling because we began to in a trunk because we didn't have place in a car. Yes, and it was scary and dangerous and without any food, and it was horrible. But thank God we came to France, and first it was difficult because I even lost myself because I didn't know what to do. And we had to wait temporary protection for 45 days.
La protection temporaire, c'est un type de protection internationale, aux côtés du statut de réfugié ou de la protection subsidiaire, qui n'avait jamais été activée avant dans l'Union européenne. La protection temporaire, elle donne accès à plusieurs droits, comme une allocation ou le droit de travailler. La France a d'ailleurs refusé d'octroyer cette protection temporaire aux étrangers non ukrainiens qui habitent en Ukraine et qui ont dû fuir le conflit. C'est clair que l'accueil n'est pas le même pour tout le monde. Retour chez Oksana. Elle a dû s'habituer à vivre avec cette nouvelle famille et à leur faire confiance.
I was very stressed, and maybe I made stress for everybody because when we came here, I had only question, why does this family want to help us? Because I didn't know what motivation, and I asked a straight question. Why do you want to help us? And they looked at me and say, everything will be all right, don't worry. I think it's not very easy to invite unknown people in your house. But yes, we are lucky to be here because I have support, I have love, and I have everything to live and even to continue project and even to help other people.
Oksana m'a raconté qu'elle était fan de Paris et qu'elle était déjà venue en 2014. Mais l'année dernière, quand elle est arrivée, c'était pas la même chose.
It was very, very bad emotion because you don't know who you are, you don't have anything, unknown people around you, and you don't have clear future. I don't know what to do and what happened, but you want to come back all the time. All the time you're thinking about come back. I thought that I will come back in 2 months.
Okay.
All the time, 2 months I came back, 2 months I came back. And when I understand that it is not possible, I had to cut this line and I had to follow ahead. It was very difficult. And 3 months ago my husband died there. It was the most horrible thing ever because he was a young man. And nobody thought that it could happen in our life, even he. Me the same. And it was very difficult to bury him from here. And again, Laura and Ruslan's family helped me to bury him there. And yes, it was very difficult. And from that period of time when he died, I understand that I have to follow ahead. I have to find more opportunity for future. I found a lot of amazing people, you know, and I thought and understood about another cultures, about another refugees. I have never thought about refugees from another countries, Syrian refugees. I have never thought about them, and it didn't mind me. But now when I communicate with them, I understand that they feel the same as another women, and they are normal people, you know, even men, because I had another thoughts about them. But now I see that they are very educated, they speak English well, even yes.
Oksana a progressivement créé des nouvelles habitudes en France. Elle s'est entourée de personnes qui la soutiennent, elle organise des visites touristiques à Paris pour gagner sa vie, et elle a créé un projet incroyable. On est donc elle dans sa chambre qui fait office de bureau pour qu'elle m'en dise un peu plus.
It's a project of emotional and psychological support of Ukrainian women refugees by coaching, by getting together women, and they have to meet 9 or 12 times. And we have special themes: reframing, accepting situation, a lot, and an art of little steps, and it works. And now this project is not only on paper, it works in 5 countries.
Monter un projet entrepreneurial de base, c'est pas facile. Et c'est encore plus compliqué quand tu es dans un autre pays. Oksana a eu des périodes assez difficiles, elle a dû beaucoup s'accrocher pour ne pas arrêter.
Some time passed and my husband died. I decided to stop everything and I took my bag and I decided to go to the war. And inside of me there was a question. I believe that it was God, because God has a very good sense of humor. I like him very much. For me, he is like making joke with me. And he told, okay, are you ready? I say, yes, I'm ready. And he told, who is going to take care about your daughter? I say, you, God. But it's your duty. I give this duty to you. I understand that I will be more helpful here.
But when did you discover that the first time in your life that you were your own forces, your own resource?
I'm a believer, you know, and God gives me this kind of source, because when I don't have, I know where He is, and He gives me everything. And I say, I need your inspiration, I need your power. And sometimes I think that somebody comes in front of me and then I came and everything is okay because I believe in it. Yes, the main inspiration in my life is God. And of course my daughter, I told you that she's a teenager and she has a lot of wishes. That's why I have to be in time. And my motivation was my husband, and now I understand that when we meet with him in another life, he will be very proud of me. And my mother, she is very, very, she inspires me very well. But you know, my mother is in occupied territory. Russian people occupied this territory, and we didn't have even communication with her. But when she was in touch with me, first thing, can you guess what did she do first thing?
I don't know. I have no idea.
She sent me money from Ukraine.
Okay.
Because she understands that it is very expensive life here, and she sent me money from her not salary because she is retired. Can you imagine? It's Ukrainian mothers, and inspire me because she knows that I help my daughter very much, and I understand that nobody can kill us because we are like we will live forever.
You're stronger than the rest, so that's true. Bon, c'était une journée très intense avec Oksana, et je pensais pas obtenir autant de réponses à mes questions. Comment ça se passe pour les Ukrainiens en France? On le sait toujours pas vraiment, mais pour Oksana, ça se passe comme ça. Et je vous apprends rien, chaque histoire est unique, et pour ça, il faut aller rencontrer d'autres personnes. Si t'as aimé, on se retrouve très vite pour rencontrer de nouvelles personnes. Si tu veux soutenir Oksana et suivre son projet, je te mets le lien de son site en barre d'infos. Elle a besoin d'un soutien financier, donc hésite pas à donner sur son site. Et abonne-toi à Komune pour rencontrer d'autres personnes avec des parcours hyper inspirants, et je te donnerai des nouvelles d'Oksana, c'est promis. Ciao! They talking like they don't know a king when they see one. See him in person, he taking